Why do the 12 zodiac signs cheat? This is going to obviously be a very simple take on why a sign might cheat, and you can listen to this for Venus, Mars, moon sign, and if you want sun and rising, but definitely is more for your moon, Venus, or Mars. My name is Desiree. I'm a professional astrologer, and if you'd like to book a reading, my link is in bio. I also have an astrology workbook available, and you can get access to that by joining my community, link in bio. Now, an Aries will cheat just basically if they're tired of you. Either they're tired of your crap, they're over you, or they just got bored and want something different. I do see a lot of Aries cheating, unfortunately, but it's just because of their kind of impatient, erratic, and immature energy. Once they are more matured, they definitely will not cheat, and they will become very loyal, but they have to be obsessed with you, so just keep that in mind. A Taurus will cheat if they don't feel that you're being affectionate enough or meeting their needs in some way. I do also see a lot of Taurus people cheat, and that's usually what it comes down to. They just don't feel like satisfied or that you're being affectionate, giving them enough attention, and they basically justify it just by saying that, like, well, you weren't giving it to me, or I wasn't getting that affection from you. A Gemini will basically just cheat if they want more excitement and more fun. It's really just second nature to them to be a little more flirty, communicative, like they talk to a lot of people until they really find someone who they feel is worth committing to and who is worth like being mature and kind of throwing away that side to them. They're just very curious. They want to experience everything. They want to explore. They don't want to hold themselves back. So until they find that person who they feel is worth being loyal for, they usually will not really try very hard to be loyal in every way. Or they might be loyal like physically, but as far as like texting, Snapchat, maybe different things like that, they might dip into a little bit of cheating type behavior. Now, a Cancer might cheat if they feel unloved. This is something where they will feel maybe like they've tried everything for you, they've really given you everything, and they still just don't feel like you are giving it back to them for some reason. So they'll kind of get fed up, get to a point where they're just like indifferent about it, and they can be a little passive aggressive with that. So they'll maybe give you signs and hints, but they'll not really tell you up front. Leo will cheat if they're craving more attention that you're giving them, and maybe you're someone who doesn't give a lot of like compliments, words of affirmation, physical affection, and they crave that, so they want that attention. And of course, if you're not going to give it to them, they might find it from someone in the community, in the neighborhood, at a club, like whatever. They just want to be like appreciated and admired, and they want to feel respected. Virgos will cheat if they are disgusted or annoyed with you. If they get to a point where they are just like, you do something that's an ick, or they lose that respect, they're going to be like, well, you're not even worth being loyal to for. And if you're annoying them, it can kind of push them to the limit where they're like, I need to get away from you, I need to get out of here. And then they will have really they won't hold back when they're out. If they meet somebody or if they are in a situation that presents itself, they're not going to be like, well, this other person that I'm with is driving me crazy, annoying me, like disgusting right now, I can't deal with them. And that's when they would do something like that. A Libra might cheat if they want to climb the social ladder, and that is just if they want to get with someone who has like a higher status, possibly. Like they're with someone who's maybe a regular Joe, has a normal job, and they meet somebody who has a yacht, has like all this, things they can benefit from. That's when they would cheat. They'd see the opportunity there, and they would be like, okay, well, this person's better for me, so I'm gonna make them move. Don't need to feel bad about it. A Scorpio will cheat if their needs aren't met, basically, and they have sort of insatiable needs, so it's harder for them to stay loyal, but they can be if they decide to. It's not like they're, out just being crazy and, like people say about a Scorpio. They can certainly be loyal, but they just have like a high level of desire and needs. So if, that's not something that you can handle, or, meeting them in different ways, like they might want different things from you and kind of like to push boundaries in some ways. So if you're not able to give them all of that, that's when it might be like, well, I need to find somebody who can do this for me. You know what I mean? Sagittarius will cheat if they find someone who they think is better, more interesting, someone who can maybe do something for them, take them somewhere like on a trip, or take them to experience a new thing that they haven't gotten to experience before. As far as like men Sagittarius will just cheat just because they found something new, and it just takes them a lot longer to commit. So I wouldn't say a Sagittarius is someone who is like naturally going to be loyal and committed unless they are really, really into you. It's just kind of their nature to be like all over the place and wanting to try different things. Now, Capricorn might cheat if they feel powerless with you. And that's kind of like disrespected, or just that they don't have any control in the relationship. Like a woman, if she's like maybe locked in the house all the time and doesn't enjoy being with you, she's not able to go out and do her own thing, feels kind of trapped. That could be that. Or for a man, maybe he feels emasculated in some way, maybe like there's just not a good like feminine masculine dynamic, or whatever type of relationship you are in, if you're straight or gay or whatever. The dynamics are just off with a Capricorn. That's when they might cheat, because they just want to be in control and have some kind of power, and they want to take that back. Aquarius might cheat just for fun, and really it's no reason. I've seen a lot of Aquarius people just like cheat and move past it right away. They don't even think about it. They don't really feel bad about it. They're not emotional people typically, so they can move on past things and just be like, well, that wasn't even serious. I don't even remember it. It didn't matter. It was just like a joke. It was flirting. It was whatever. And that's kind of how they'll justify it. Like, oh, it wasn't serious. That was nothing. Now, a Pisces might cheat if they don't feel like a spiritual connection to you. And that's not like a general statement. I know people always go, Pisces are just spiritual in feelings, but it's kind of true. If they don't have like a deep, deep emotional tie and spiritual connection and loyalty to you, they don't really commit. They're mutable. They are willing to do whatever, willing to try new things, willing to just kind of merge with people, and they don't have walls up in that way. So if they don't have like a real deep, intense connection with you, that's when they would possibly go and cheat, just because they don't feel like a need to really give you that loyalty yet, until they have that with you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See the link in bio if you want to book a reading with me, or if you want access to my astrology workbook.